summary and conclusion. It's just a couple of pages. The restoration of the 10 lost tribes of Israel and Judah in the north country will then lead to the establishment of the kingdom of the house of David before the tribulation. The Old and New Testament scriptures make clear that David's fallen tabernacle or sukkah will be raised. This refers to the Davidic kingdom that initially will have one of his descendants reigning over a united Israel and Judah. Israel appoints one head in the Jezreel Valley. That will be a descendant of David. Later David will be raised up. The Lord must thus raise up the Davidic monarchy amongst the Jews. And a lot of those Jews that are settling around Jerusalem, you'll find a lot of them are from the house of David. They're not all Edomite Jews. There might be some of Edom amongst them. There's plenty of Edom amongst us. And some of Edom can get saved. So whatever. This will be relatively easy, as the sukkah is much easier to raise up than a house. It's not the house of David that's raised up, it's the sukkah of David that's fallen. So just raise it up. Set up that tent peg. Set up that tent pole. There must be reconciliation with the lost tribes to enable this, because the reason there are two houses which make up the two walls of the sukkah, two outer walls, separated, is because of baseless hatred. That's what the rabbis said. Not my words, I didn't say it. They said it. They started it. Anyway, God bless him. Because of baseless hatred that destroyed the last temple. At a later stage, David himself will be raised from the dead to reign as king and prince over a regathered and reunited kingdom of Israel and Judah, ultimately under Yeshua, the King of Kings. And people can talk about the details of exactly when that's happening, but the process is we're returning to the land and David's throne is going to be re-established, which is right related to Sukkah. The restoration of the 10 lost tribes of the house of Israel and Judah in the north country will then lead to the establishment of the kingdom of the house of David before the tribulation. A limited outpouring of the Holy Spirit will precede World War III and a sort of exodus from the USA. The lost tribes will move to the north country at some point after this. They are not there now. So in order for the 10 lost tribes of the house of Israel to leave the north country, they've first got to be there. So I've labelled this already. I'm just bringing this to a conclusion. The scriptures do not tell us how they get to the north country. Oh, I would like a luxury liner or to go in one of those reusable rocket ships. But if I have to walk through the waters and through the flames, so be it. I don't care. I'll enjoy the company. And we'll have lots of things to talk about. And we won't be just walking, we'll be skipping.
That's right.
From there we will join with the house of Judah Jews and the Jews and return to the mountains of the land of Israel, the West Bank area. And we're then going to start expanding everywhere and playing happy families. There'll be no watching television. They'll be too busy making children. Even on the Sabbath. Even on the Sabbath. Once both houses of Israel are joined in the land of Israel, the temple will be in operation along with the Kohanim. The house of David will be reigning during a premillennial messianic era preceding the tribulation. David's fallen tabernacle was restored. Gog-Magog invasion will occur once the house of Israel is back in the land. Joel 2:30, outpouring of the Holy Spirit begins then in a major way. Up until then we've got the restoration of the 10 lost tribes of Israel and Judah in the north country will then lead to the establishment of the kingdom of the house of David before the tribulation. So this is the kingdom of the house of David, not the kingdom of Yeshua. Yeshua is reigning in the heavens, but he's not down on earth. A great deal of destruction is coming to the world after the Pentecostal harvest. Despite the world wars and destruction, the Lord is very much in the construction and healing business. A remnant shall be saved. The Lord shall restore Israel and Judah step by step, including the kingdom of the house of David and even ultimately David himself, as the scriptures make it. When it says, I'll raise up David, it means David, not Yeshua. Yeshua is the branch, and David's the branch manager, as I said. There is actually great reward for staying true to him here and now. As Psalms 34:15 says, the eyes of Yahweh are upon the righteous, and his ears are opened unto their cry. Hallelujah. A Baba is coming. Cry out to him. 2 Chronicles 16:9, for the eyes of Yahweh run to and fro throughout the whole earth to show himself strong in the behalf of them whose head is perfect, whose heart is perfect towards Him. Herein thou hast done foolishly, therefore from henceforth thou shalt have wars. War on terror, because your heart ain't perfect. There's going to be a war, keeps on going, we have world wars. It's because people's hearts aren't perfect. But while that's all going on, if our hearts are perfect towards Him, He will show Himself strong. That's good news. That's good news. It's not gloom and doom. So now that's the end of the talk. And now may Yahweh bless you. Yevarechecha Yahweh v'yishmerecha. Ye'er Yahweh p'nav alecha v'yechunecha. Yisah Yahweh p'nav alecha v'yasim lecha shalom. May the Lord bless you and keep you. May He be gracious to you. May Yahweh make His face to shine upon you. May He lift up His faces to you and face to you and give you shalom. Just peace. The Bible is a book of hope. Now, by the way, I've got other talks, and you can look at all of this on the internet. I've got plenty there on the 10losttribes.com website. And thank you very much.